Sistas bonafide, sisters bonafide, sisters bonafide. I got my sister and me.
Hey sisters, how y'all doing? How's it going? Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. I know on the East Coast, or at least in New York City, they're talking about floods and all types of rainstorms, and I don't know what the heck's going on out here, but it's getting crazy. So if you have to go out and get some groceries for the house or whatever you need to do it now, because I don't think it's raining just yet. So get out, run your errands before it really gets crazy. But I hope you guys are doing good. I hope y'all had a good week. The summer is literally almost over. It's over to me. Like, I barely had a summer. I barely went anywhere, but it's okay. I'm just scared of Corona, so whatever. But it is what it is. It's just, and then the summer itself, like, just the weather has just been just undesirable. I don't want to be outside. It's either raining or it's cloudy and gloomy and humid. It's just like, I'd rather just stay inside. I don't even care. But I was reminiscing recently on like the opportunities that I did get to travel some years ago before coronavirus went off the wall on us. And just like coming up with some memorable moments of when I traveled, whether it had been for leisure or for work. I came up with some pretty crazy ones, some good ones, some memories, but then also just some like bizarre, crazy ones that are just like, how the heck did that happen? So I want to share them with y'all because I'm kind of like going through, even though I don't want to be outside, I do kind of miss traveling. But so I was just thinking about a lot, like how crazy some of my experiences have been traveling abroad and all that good stuff. So I want to share them with y'all. I'm laughing because it's just so crazy. So the first time I ever went out the country was to go to Barcelona, Spain. And this is when I was working at my old job. And I would go there. They had conferences all around the world, and they happened to have one in Barcelona at that particular year. It's like that was the first time I had ever been out the country, let alone going to Europe. I had never been anywhere out the country before, and to have Europe be my first place, my first destination was amazing. So I had a great time. Also had a great tour guide. I went to see a lot of the the locations and stuff like that. Ate a lot of tapas and all that good stuff. But when it was time for me to come home, I kind of ran into some issues, and when I think back about it, it was just a little daunting and kind of scary in a way, because I thought I wasn't going to be able to get on my flight. So basically, when I got to the airport, it was going through, customs and everything like that. I remember this lady telling me at the desk, she was like, if you have a camera, you're going to have to make sure that it's on, because they're going to need to see your camera roll. And if it's not on, then it's going to be an issue. So I was just like, what does my camera have to do with me boarding the flight? Like, I was not educated on this, on anything related to traveling, because like I said, I had never been out the country. Child, I was so ignorant to traveling. I had the wrong plug that you plug in. I was thinking I could use the same American style plug in Europe. I had no idea. So I was just so oblivious, and I was by myself. I forgot to mention that. So even though I was a novice at traveling, I'm just like, wait, what does this have to do with me boarding the plane? So I'm like, okay, fine. She didn't say anything. I was like, yeah, the camera comes on, like, if they need to see something, but me just being so naive, I just didn't know what that was about. So I let it roll off my back. And so I went through customs and everything like that. I was sitting by at the terminal, waiting for my flight to come. And, we were starting, the plane came, and we were beginning to board the flight. All of a sudden, some guy comes up to me and says, I need to speak with you. So I'm looking at him like, I'm about to get on the plane. Why? Why do you need to speak with me? So he was like, I just need to come speak. You need to come speak with me. So I'm like, okay. So he took me around this into this little area where it was kind of blocked off from the rest of the travelers. And I'm looking around in that area, and I see that there are a couple of other darker skinned people there as well. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, wait, you just happened to come into this crowd of people where we were about to board the flight and pick me to say, oh, I need to come speak with you. For what? So it's like essentially I had to go through customs. I had to go through like the security search all over again in a way, because he had to, just like the lady had alluded to, check my camera. And I'm just like, what is this about? I didn't want to get into a confrontation with these people because I didn't know what was bound to happen, what they could possibly do to me. I didn't know. I was a black girl. I was younger at the time. I didn't know what the heck was going on. So I complied, and I was able to make my flight, thank God, because he was able to, quote unquote, put the camera on to see what the heck was on my camera. But I'm just like, it seems a little, racially motivated to me. And granted, I never actually looked into the issue and see if that was actually a valid thing for them to do. So if y'all know better than me, educate me, let me know. But just from the signs, I was like one of, 3 or 4 black people or people of color in that area having asked to come step aside for them to look through their stuff. And I'm a woman at that. So I'm just like, it seemed a little racially motivated. So I was like, okay, fine. I'm not gonna argue with y'all, whatever. But that was scary, because I'm like, yo, what if the camera didn't come on? And he couldn't see what was on my camera roll. And then I started thinking too, plenty of tourists travel with cameras. Y'all gonna check all their cameras too? No, you're not. It's to me, it just seemed really racist, and it kind of left a bitter taste in my mouth. But would I travel there again? Yeah, I would, because I did enjoy I love the country. It's beautiful. I didn't get to see everything, obviously, because I was only there for a short amount of time, and I did have to work. But it was still just really uneasy and unsettling. But child, I was like, if I don't get on this flight, my mama gonna be like, what is happening? She gonna come up in here and start raising all types of heck. So I'm just like, what? Come on now, let me go. I'm not any kind of terrorist or fugitive, but I think it was because I'm black. And like I said, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. If you think that that's a typical custom for folks to do, in these countries, in these European countries or anywhere else, let me know, and at the airports, because I don't understand it. But that was crazy. I was scared. I was legit scared. So that was one incident, right? God, I could laugh now, but I wanted to. Woo, child, the next thing I'm about to tell y'all. So the next time I was able to go out the country was to go to Vancouver, in Canada. And another just really, really beautiful, clean, polite place. People are just so polite there. And it was, I think I went in February, and it was still fairly warm. I had wore my big coat, because when I left New York, it was snowing, I think, or something like that. It was really cold, or either that, or when I was coming back, I knew it was gonna be cold. So I wore a big coat, but I really didn't need it in Vancouver. It was beautiful there. But so on my way to Vancouver, I was on the plane. I was in a row of 3 people. It was a young woman, and her dad, who was an elderly man. And the elderly guy had the window seat. His daughter or his granddaughter, whoever, had the middle seat, and I had the aisle. So I'm, settling in, whatever the case is, they were already there. So maybe 15, 20 minutes before we boarded, she was like, the girl asked her, she was like, is it okay if you switch seats with my dad, because he really needs the aisle seat, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, okay, I'll happily take a window seat. I love window seats. So I just, when I booked the flight, it didn't, I didn't see any window seats, but hey, if you're willing to give it up, I'm fine. That's perfect. So we switched seats or whatever the case is. And one thing about me, y'all, I do not sleep on flights. I don't know what it is. Like, naturally, I cannot fall asleep. I don't like flying at all. Like, I'm not afraid of it. It just does something to my body. I get headaches every time I go through an airport, every time I like get on a plane. It's just a nightmare for me personally. I'd rather just get to the destination. Especially like those long haul flights. I'm just not in the mood for it. So I don't normally sleep on flights. But God was with me during this flight, and he allowed me to close my eyes and relax my mind and get some sleep. Child. I finally got sleep, right? Finally was able to get some sleep. All of a sudden, I feel this like wet, hot, like steaming hot thing on my leg. And mind you, like I said, I'm asleep, so I don't know what's going on. All I feel is like my left thigh is on fire right now. So I wake up, I like jumped up out of my sleep, and I'm looking like, what is happening? All I saw was this girl, the one that was sitting next to me in the middle seat, had a cup of boiling hot water in her hand. And I assume maybe the plane like jerked her a little bit, or she was just clumsy and spilled the water on my thigh. So I looked at her. I was like, what happened? Like, she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll get you something. I'll get you whatever you need. I'm like, please. Why are you holding hot water in your hand? I don't see no tea bag in there. I don't see nothing. What are you holding the water for? Clearly you're clumsy. You're clearly clumsy. I'm clumsy, so I know how it is. Put things down that could possibly be harmful to other people or yourself, especially if you're on a moving plane. Like, put it down. Why are you holding it in your hand if you're not drinking it, my dear? Like, what is the problem? So I'm like, so not only, luckily it didn't burn my leg, but the bad part is now I gotta sit on this plane with a wet pant leg. Like, God, is this the price I gotta pay for getting a window seat? Like, you asked me to switch seats. Like, it was just bizarre to me. I'm like, girl, but she was very apologetic and everything like that. But it's just like, it wasn't like it was cold water. It was hot water, y'all. I was just like, girl, if you don't put that cup down, stop playing. Clumsy girl. I was like, oh my goodness. But that was whatever. And, you know, the rest of the flight went fine. I try not to let it get to me. It didn't hurt me or in anything, in any way. So I was just like, fine, whatever. But those two things were more on the traumatic / like scary / like I'm about to punch this girl in her face side. But whatever. So then that was that. But then some of the more pleasurable experiences that I had traveling. There was one time when me and my mom, we would go on cruises through the Norwegian cruise line, and we always had a great time. Like, we've gone to the Caribbean, we've gone to Central America, like, just really, really fun. Gone to Mexico, like, it's just been a really great time. Before COVID, of course. So there was this one time we went on a cruise, and you know how they have like these events during cruise nights and everything like that. And you know, the guy, one of the cruise directors, I don't know who he was. I guess he was just a worker there. Like, he was part of the entertainment, and he saw me and my mom dancing and having a good time. We were at the party, whatever the case is. So he had seen me before, and we were chatting it up, whatever the case is. Not really chatting it up, but we were, he would see me dancing. He'd be like, yeah, whatever the case is. And I see you dancing. Go ahead, girl. That kind of thing. So he had saw me that night, and he was like, I need you to be Tina Turner. And I was like, what are you talking about, Tina Turner? What? So he was like, listen, we're having this kind of little amateur night thing where we want people to, people from the audience to come up and perform as like celebrities or performers or whatever, singers, whatever the case is, rock stars, all that stuff. So he was like, I want you to be Tina Turner. So I was like, I was like, what? No, like, it's all these people, I don't know them. Like, you want me to get on the stage and perform? So I wasn't having it at first. My mom was like, just do it. Like, you don't know these people. You're never going to see them again. So just go ahead and do it. So then I was like, I don't know. I'm scared. So then he said, I'll give you a drink. You can have a free drink. I was like, okay, where do I go? What do you want me to do? You're going to give me a drink. I'll do it. So he gave me a free drink. And I was, sipping it, waiting for my performance or whatever the case is. Unfortunately, I can't post it. I can't post anything in the video because of copyright issues. I could actually play the Proud Mary song that Tina Turner made, but I literally went on stage and my mother was recording it on the side of the stage, and she was. I remember her telling me, she was like, I was trying not to be too loud because I didn't want to start shaking the camera, not be too distracted on camera. But she was like, I was so happy for you that you went up there, and it was actually really fun. I really had a good time with it. I remember the man wanted me to put on a wig, the Tina Turner wig. I was like, no, I don't do that. But because I don't know who had that was on before, but whatever. So, but it was fun. I had a great time. Everybody was cheering me on. When I came back after the vacation, I showed my coworkers and my friends. They're like, oh my God, that was you. Oh my goodness, you did such a great job. And the stage or whatever it was a makeshift stage. It was really wobbly. So I was like, Lord, please don't let me fall. This is all I need. I didn't even want to do this to begin with. Don't let me fall off this dang on thing. But I did it. And it was a great time. So that was definitely a memorable time for me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can recall. Another time. This was when I was coming back from, I think, San Diego, if I'm not mistaken. Again, another trip for work. This was more on the annoying, traumatic side. Not even traumatic. It was just these microaggression type conversations that people have that don't have anything to do with them. You'll get what I'm saying in a minute. So whatever. I was about to get off the flight. Coming home from San Diego. It was late, whatever the case is. I was extremely tired because, again, I don't sleep on flights. I don't know what it is. I don't guess I'm paranoid. I don't know. But I was about to get off the flight, and there were these two young-ish white girls in back of me. And I was, from what I could remember, in just in my immediate view, I was probably one of the only black or people of color in this specific area. Specifically with locks. I had my locks then, so I knew that they were talking about me. So I heard them saying, they were like, oh, how do you, talking to each other. Oh, how do you think that people with dreads wash their hair? How do you think that works? And I can't remember what the other girl said. She must have, I guess she must have said oh, I don't know. I don't really know how that works. Now I know that they're talking in reference to me. Ain't nobody else around here got locks in that area. They didn't have dreadlocks. I was the only one that had locks. And then all of a sudden, when you see me stand up, now you're gonna talk about how people wash their hair. Whoever has locks, how they wash their hair. Really, that's not. So it's just the, So I turned around, I looked at them. I didn't even have it in me to say anything. I was so tired. I just wanted them to know that I was listening and I heard them, because they said it loud enough for me to hear them, and they wanted me to hear them. So I turned around and I just gave them this look. And they looked at me, and then they stopped talking. But I was just really, why say that? Why even mention it? Are you trying to get a reaction out of me? Did you want something to happen from that? Did you want some type of altercation to happen from that? I didn't even really care about it, but it's just it was clearly, again, racially motivated. I'm sorry, y'all could disagree or agree with me, whatever. I felt like that was toward me because wasn't nobody else around there with locks. And they was trying it. They were trying to get a reaction out of me. But I was just too tired, and the Lord was on my side. And I said, you know what? I'm going to just give them that look. And and then they stopped. They stopped talking. But it was, I don't know, y'all. People are weird. People are just so weird. But that was one of those things that I kind of keep in the back of my mind. I'm like, I know that happened. People are just ignorant, and they're gonna say things about you behind your back, whatever the case. I really don't care. It is what it is. But those are some of my like travel, my crazy, memorable travel moments that I had in my life, and I hope to have more. I'm not having any more anytime soon with Corona all over the place, but whatever. But I could recall like just seeing these things in my mind. One thing I forgot. One more thing before I let y'all go. And when I was in Spain, I remember I went to this store. I forget what I had to get. I went in there to get something. And child, I remember somebody saying at the time, like, there were a lot of like pickpocketers around that specific area, and like I think in Barcelona as a whole, like it was a lot of theft happening. Somebody from the conference that I was at had their camera stolen. It was pretty rough. But when I went into the store, I'm like shopping around with the cases. It was a pretty small, like kind of like a pharmacy type store. I went in there and I saw this guy. I saw him like roaming around the store. He wasn't paying me no mind. It wasn't bothering me. But I saw him roaming around the store. Like, but when you from New York, you from Brooklyn, like you know it's something about to pop off. Like my Brooklyn instincts kicked in. I'm like, he ain't up to no good. I'm sorry, but he wasn't. And he sure enough, he wasn't. He literally picked up some Dove soap or whatever soap it was, and he booked it out that store. Them ladies was running behind him trying to catch him. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna catch him. He's gone, okay? That man is gone. I remembered. I'm like, oh snap! I knew something was wrong. I knew something was off with this guy. I was like, let me get my behind back up in this hotel room before something really pop off. I'm not trying to be out here with these crazy people. But that was another memorable moment. But I just wanted to share that with y'all, because I do, as much as I'm lazy and I like to stay in the house, I like to get to the destination of where I'm traveling to. I don't like the aspect of going through the airport and getting on the plane, but once I'm at where I'm supposed to be at, I'm good. Like, I love to go to different places and see different things and get immersed in the culture. And there's so many other places I want to go, and when things clear up, which hopefully they will at some point, I'll definitely take the time to visit those places. But I wanted to share those memories with y'all. If y'all have any crazy, funny, scary travel moments, let me know in the comment section. I want to have a conversation about that, because I know that there are a lot of people who experience things, especially traveling while Black. So let me know what y'all come up with. And before I go, I do want to shout out my girl Shay. I'm wearing her lovely handmade earrings today. Styles by Shay. This is amazing. Like her jewelry, her handmade jewelry is phenomenal, and it's really sturdy. It's detailed. You could tell that it's made with love. So shout out to you, girl. You're doing an amazing job. Like, good luck with everything. And what I might do is post the Tina Turner performance that I did on the cruise ship on our Sistas Bonafide Instagram page. So if you want to check it out, if you want to see me perform, okay, go to our Instagram page and check it out. Okay, and follow too if you want to. Yeah, you can follow us if you want to. But go check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. So thank y'all so much for rocking out with me today. As always, it's been a pleasure. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about the video. And I'll see you guys another time. Thanks. Bye. It's official. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Ding. Sistas Bonafide.